Stardew Valley. A game I thought I would never play at all. For personal reasons. Well, mostly because it's a farming game, that's for sure, as you can tell. But because I always enjoyed playing Harvest Moon and Rune Factory, I never really gave Stardew Valley a chance. But a couple days ago, Stardew Valley got a free trial on the Nintendo Switch, so I decided to give it a go. And man, I missed out a whole lot. I mean, the game is good, like, despite it being pixel, like, there's like, honestly for me, personally, I don't care if the game's graphic is terrible or not. What I care about more is more of the gameplay. Excuse me. So, like, if I enjoy playing it, then I like the game. It doesn't have to be very good graphics, like how people complain, oh, the graphics is terrible, like, that's not me. Anyways, Stardew Valley, you inherit your farm from your grandfather. Actually, when I play this, I feel like it's similar to my first Harvest Moon game, which was on the PSP. I think it was called, it was called Harvest Moon Back to Nature. The difference is, the big difference is that Harvest Moon Back to Nature, when I play, it's more like, okay, you inherit the farm from your grandpa and the people want to see how good you'll be in 3 years. So kind of like there's a time limit, there's 3 years time limit. And if you don't do well, like you don't get along with the people, you're not taking care of the farm, you'll get booted out. Basically like that. So far what I get from here, there's like no time limit like that. Like, look, I mean, if there's a time limit like that, oh, look at this field, it's like very big. I'm like, I first saw the field, I'm like, this is a dang big field. How am I gonna get this done? So thankfully, I feel like there's not really like a time limit like the 3 years. Even though if there is, I might miss it. The game mechanics is pretty interesting too, like I see a lot of similarities to the other games that I like to play. For example, what's it called again? Like when you cut down stuff, like for example, you cut down grass, you break down rocks, what's it called? Chop down tree, and all that. Like, the material fall out of it and then it just magically comes to you, which I see is similar to Rune Factory 5. Then again, because this game came out first before Rune Factory 5, I believe Rune Factory 5 kind of took that idea of that material gathering. Instead of you have to pick it up one by one, it just kind of magically come to you if you're close enough, which I believe this mechanics in here is much better than Rune Factory 5, because Rune Factory 5, honestly, I like the mechanic. It's just when you want to gather materials like that, it's like you have to walk away from the material if you happen to be standing on it when it comes out. You have to walk away and come back again. No, Stardew Valley, you can just stay in place, and if it's close enough, it'll come to you, which I feel Rune Factory 5 could work better than that. Another thing is that the foraging system here is pretty nice. Like, if I compare to my first Harvest Moon game again, there's not much to forage that game. It was tricky to forage. Here, foraging is a bit easier, in my opinion. The only downside, I guess, is just the big map. Like, wow, the traveling can take a while. Like, running, that's the best speed as far as it goes, I believe. Like, I find it hard, actually. Just to travel one place to another, like... The map also is a bit tricky at first to remember. Like, I'm like, okay, I need to go here, but how do I even get here to begin with? Like, I'm lost now. Harvest Moon Back to Nature, I got around pretty easily. Then again, that was a PlayStation 1 game to begin with, I believe. Another interesting thing that I see from this game is the menu. Like, dang, this menu gives a lot of detail. Like the skills, although the skills can be a bit hard to tell, like when you're gonna skill up and all that, they do tell you in the next day that your skill leveled up. And it gives you detail like what you gain from that skill level up. Like level 2 you see combat plus 10 health. Your social is also very helpful here. Like it tells you if you talk to the person already, if you give them a gift for the day, how much they like you, and if they're single or not. So if you wonder who's single, who's not, there you go. You can figure it out. Yeah, there's a lot of people actually. Like, it took, some of the people are hard to get into, honestly. Like, my first time playing it, I'm like, I want to get to this person, and like, their door is locked and they're not coming out of the house. I'm like, what am I gonna do? And I still don't know who that wizard bison guy is. Well, I know already now by the time I'm recording this. And also, yeah, the map, like, as you can see, the map is big, like really big. Crafting also is pretty nice. Crafting, you can craft stuff without, doesn't spend energy, you just spend materials, which is nice. You can make paths, you can make signs, chests, and you get more stuff to craft as you go on through the game, as you progress through the game. Which is nice actually. I really enjoyed this part of crafting. Like, you don't really spend energy, just to collect the materials. And another one is the collectibles, which I don't know how it works. I think it's based off the things that you sell. But then again, some of this stuff I haven't sell. Some of them is like I donated to the museum. And this, the cooking part, I just watched a TV show and I learned the recipe and never really make it. And it's always a good thing that you can always read your mail back. Oh, this is really nice actually. You read back your mail, so if any love letter comes to you, you can always find it here. If you feel, you know, nostalgic or anything. Then again, I'm single, so who cares? Now, the option is a bit weird. You see the auto run option? Because so far running is pretty much using the analog stick. And that speed is pretty slow. If it could be better if it's faster, that way you can get things with the time and everything. But I don't see the point in the auto run because that's what you use with the analog stick, which is what I use most of the time to move. Like, the directional pad, the D-pad, is when you walk, and that's hella slow. The auto run doesn't do much. And the run itself, the speed could be better, personally, but it's still good. Okay, so now that that's all over, let's go to the game pricing, which I find surprising. It's pretty cheap actually. It's like what? Now I think it's in a discount for like 12 bucks US dollars. 12 US dollars now. Our original price is like about $15, $16, which is fairly cheap. Like, not fairly cheap, it is a cheap price for a game like this. This is a pretty good game. I think it deserves more. Actually, speaking of that idea, I want to give a shout out to Shiby, one of my mutuals on Twitter, who actually tweeted this saying that saying that Stardew Valley deserves to be $60, which I personally think maybe not 60, but it deserves to be higher. Like, it deserves much more than just $15, $16. Like, man, it is a good game, I'm not gonna lie. I would pay for, you know, higher than 30, 40, 50 maybe, but not right now. I'm saving, even with the special are going on and the original price being like $15, $16. Personally, I mean, I would continue playing this after the trial is done, but as of right now, I'm trying to save up for other stuff, so trying to cut down on my spending. I mean, this would be a good thing for me to play personally, like pretty chill and everything. So yeah, I really recommend, like, for those who love farming games, this is a game that you don't want to miss out. Like, Harvest Moon is good, Rune Factory is good, add Stardew Valley to your list. And I think you wanna, well, Animal Crossing is not a farming game, but it's one of those chill games, you know. So yeah, just add it to your list, you won't regret it. I did not regret it. Sadly, the trial is gonna end soon, so I'll miss this when it's gone, and I'll have to buy it one of these days pretty soon, so I can continue my progress. Which actually Nintendo is pretty kind to let you, you know, do the trial, and then after it's done you can just buy the game and you can continue where you left off. So I'm like, wow, this is generous. So anyways, that's all for this game. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments if you have any other farming games maybe that you want to talk about, want me to see. I would like to give my opinion. I mean, how much farming games are there? There's a lot actually. Like on the Switch, doesn't have to be on the Switch specifically. You can give me something and I can do some research on it. I won't play it, most of them. Like for PC games, I cannot play because of my laptop. Other than that, yeah, you guys take care. Have a nice rest of your day, your week, your night. Wherever you are, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.